Peace, y'all, and welcome back to Yogi with Luisanna. I'm super excited to have you here once again. We are gonna flow. We're gonna have so much fun today. We're gonna move through a very intuitive flow, so very fluid movements. And yeah, we're just gonna have fun. We are gonna go ahead and get straight into it though, but before we do, don't forget to like and subscribe. The like and subscribe button are right below, so you can stay tuned to all the videos to come and so you can tune into the journey. But we're gonna go ahead and get started into our comfortable seat here. Trying to come into this nice cross-legged position. And I'm gonna recommend you start to close the eyes down here, start to draw a very soft gaze. And then maybe you bring the palms to face down to feel a bit more grounded today. If you want a bit more energy, bring the palms to face up. And let's go ahead and take a really deep collective breath in through the nose and a breath out the body. Let's take two more just like that, a really deep belly breath in and clearing it out the mouth. And taking one more inhale, making it the biggest breath of your day. And a breath out the body. Now let's go ahead and bring both of our palms to our heart center. Let's start to bow the chin to the chest. And take a moment here just to start to set an intention for your practice into your heart space. And acknowledging that each and every one of us, we show up onto our mats for a lot of different reasons, but just noticing what is coming up for you here. What is showing up for you today? And whatever this intention may be, whatever that motivation of you showing up on your mat actually is, just start to sit that at your heart center with love. And can you allow that to guide you throughout our little journey today? And then wherever you are in this space, we're going to go ahead and take a deep belly breath in to seal our intention in. And that breath out the mouth. Now you can keep the eyes closed down, or you can start to flutter the gaze open, just starting to acknowledge your surroundings. And then keeping the palms to heart center, we're gonna reach the arms up and overhead. And on the exhale, let's release the arms alongside our body here, but we're gonna go ahead and drop the chin to the chest. Let's take this movement a few more times. Inhaling to reach the arms around up and overhead, and bring palms to press overhead, hands to heart center, and bow the chin to the chest. A few more here. Reach those arms up towards the sky, arms alongside the body, just like a little circle. Chin to chest. Inhaling to reach your arms around, up and overhead. Bring the palms to press. And on the exhale, hands to heart center. One more here. Inhale to reach those arms up. On the exhale, make that circle around the body. This time around, let's keep the left palm planted. Let's take a little side body stretch over to our left. So noticing here as you're rooting down this left palm, on the exhale, can you maybe take your side bend over a little bit deeper, but making sure here you're lifting up out of the heart space. So always stay proud in that space of the body. We'll hold it here for just one more cycle. And then use your next breath in to bring palms to press overhead. This time we'll take our seated side body stretch over to our right. So placing this right palm down, left arm over this left ear. And we're really breathing into the heart space here. Also sending that left side body a lot of love. Make sure you're also rooting down the left hip. Keeping those hips neutral. One more cycle of breath. And then use your next breath in to bring those palms to press overhead. We'll draw the arms alongside our body. And we're going to go ahead and shift forward to hands and knees, coming into our tabletop posture. So straight away, we're bringing the palms beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. And we'll start to incorporate those few little rounds of our cat and cow here, just to wake up our spine. And also to send a lot of love to our back body here. Now noticing as you are moving into your own cats and cows, that there is no particular right or wrong way on how you need to move your body. So just listen to yourself along the way. If you want to move a little bit quicker, a little bit slower than what I'm doing, listen to the body. If you also want to draw some intuitive movements, then you can as well. So a few examples of intuitive movements. Maybe you sit back onto the heels. You can take big circles here with the hips here if that feels okay. And then making sure if you're taking these circles in one direction, you take them also going the opposite way. So we're going to be taking these cats and cows or intuitive movements for the next about just 4 more cycles of breath. So just allow your body to explore in this space. It doesn't have to look any particular way, allowing your body to move. Allow yourself to breathe. Just 2 more cycles of breath here. And then noticing once you draw the body back to center, fingertips forward if they're not there already. But we are going to go ahead and tuck this left toe under. And let's go ahead and send this left leg back straight to a little hover. Now, as you're pressing down both palms, I'm going to recommend that you keep the left palm planted. And let's lengthen this right arm forward. We're going to take a few pauses here. So as you're reaching the right fingertips forward and lengthening this left leg back, we're going to go ahead and curl the body in. So right elbow towards your left knee. Inhaling to expand, reach back out. Exhaling right elbow, left knee, and give it a little tap. 2 more. Inhaling to expand. Exhaling to curl. Inhale to expand. And exhaling to curl. This time as you expand the body, lengthen the right arm forward, left leg back. Maybe you stay here. I'm going to recommend that you bend the left knee, so bend the back knee, and grab for the top of this left foot with this right palm. So noticing as you're pressing down this left palm, stay nice and strong. We're guiding the left toes up towards the sky here, coming into a slight little back bend, so maybe lifting up out of the heart space slightly. And then staying with the breath here, y'all. So we're going to hold here for about just 1 more cycle of breath. And then if you have this foot, let it go with grace. Don't slingshot it. And then we'll go ahead and release this right palm down, left knee down for tabletop pose. So we're going to go ahead and wash that away with a little cat and cow, just to reset the body. And then we'll go ahead and move straight into the other side. So we're going to go ahead and tuck this right toe under, sending this right leg straight back to that little hover first. And then we'll start to lengthen this left arm forward. So noticing here as you're finding your balance and pressing firm to this right palm, keeping the spine nice and long, but also don't forget to breathe, y'all. The most important part here. And noticing here, we're going to hold here for the belly breath in. On the exhale, left elbow, right knee as you curl the body in. 3 more. Inhaling to expand. And exhaling to curl. Inhaling to expand. And exhaling to curl. 1 more here. Inhale to expand. And on the exhale, we'll curl in. This time as you expand the body, maybe you stay here. I am going to recommend that you bend the back knee and grab for the top of this right foot with your left palm. And noticing here as you're kicking into this left palm, press really firm through this right palm too. So we're going to hold here for about 2 more cycles of breath, breathing a lot of love to the upper right quad, breathing love into our little baby back bend. Yeah, stay with the breath. 1 more cycle. If you have the foot here, release it with grace. Don't slingshot it. We'll gently land back into tabletop. So left palm down, right knee down. And then take a little cat and cow just so you can rinse that away. Yeah, let it go, y'all, on the pass. And then noticing once you draw your spine back to center slowly, we're going to go ahead and tuck the toes under. And we'll send the hips up and back into our first down dog. And this is our first down dog of practice. So I like to recommend to take a little pedal of the heels first here. Maybe even a little fluttering of the lips or a few deep cycles of breath. Whatever is needed to really find this foundation. And then noticing we're going to go ahead and press firm into our down dog. So you want to press out the palms here. Spread out the fingertips. So you're really rooting the palms into the earth. And as you're keeping the spine long, soften the bend of your knees, y'all, to send the hips up a little bit higher. So you create this nice little V shape of your body. Now, down dog seems like it would be an easy posture, but in reality, it is sometimes pretty challenging. You are holding your body up, so give yourself grace in these moments. But also, can you acknowledge your strength here in this very simple down dog? So wherever you are in space, we're going to go ahead and take a really deep collective breath in through the nose and clearing it out the mouth. Now let's go ahead and take a little peek to the top of our mat. You can look, step, or even walk or hop, coming into your first forward fold. So from here, we're going to go ahead and hang heavy for a moment. Maybe you grab for opposite elbows. And let's take a little rock from side to side. Maybe the option is shake the head yes, shake the head no. Can also be a little fluttering of your lips here too. Or you can take these little bouncing postures to really get into that lower body and really release the crown of the head down. And then once you're ready to let it go, let's go ahead and release this clasp gently. Inhale to your half lift, so create a nice flat back. And on your exhale, release and fold. back into your forward fold. Let's take that one more time. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling to release and fold back into that forward fold. This time we're going to ground out the soles of the feet. Inhaling to root to rise up. So bring palms to press overhead. Let's take a little back bend here. And on the exhale, hands to heart center. Release the arms by the side for your Tadasana posture. We're going to go ahead and move into a little variation of a sun salutation A. So we're going to go ahead and raise those arms up and overhead. And let's go ahead and grab onto this left wrist. Let's take a little side body stretch over to our right. So noticing here as you're breathing into your left side body, rooting down the soles of the feet, maybe can you take your side bend over a little bit deeper. We have one more cycle of breath here. And then use your next breath in to draw the body back to center. Let's grab onto this right wrist and same little side body stretch over to our left. Again, breathing into the heart space, breathing into that right side body. Just one more cycle. And then use your next breath in to draw your body back to center here. Bring palms to press overhead. Let's take a little back bend here, lift up out of the heart space. And on the exhale, we'll release this into a forward fold. So letting everything release down. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling, let's plant both palms down, step, or you can hop back to plank. And we're going to make our way into a little modified float first. So let's tap the knees directly down, untuck your back toes, and we're lowering the chest onto the earth. Inhaling to peel the heart open for your baby cobra. So just lifting up out of the heart space. And on the exhale, release the chest down. Let's take that one more time. Inhaling to your baby cobra, lift up out of the heart space. And on the exhale, release the chest down. This time we'll press back through hands and knees, and then we'll send the hips straight back up into down dog. So let's go ahead and take a really deep collective breath in and clearing it out the mouth. So from here, y'all, we're going to go ahead and keep this left leg rooted, or left foot. And we're going to go ahead and raise the right leg up towards the sky. This time we're stepping it through into a low lunge. So from here, Vinyasa, we're going to lower the left knee, untuck the back toe, and let's lengthen the arms high here. Yeah, so take a moment here to really breathe into the upper body, breathe into your lower body. We do tend to store a lot in the hip space, so give yourself grace here. And you can always stay here just lengthening those arms high. Otherwise, I'm going to recommend that you interlace these 3 fingers. Index fingers will stay pointing up towards the sky. And let's take a baby back bend here. So lift up out of your heart space. We're going to hold here for about 2 more cycles of the breath to breathe love into the upper left quad. Sending love to the right hip crease. Love to the heart center. Just 1 more cycle. And then very carefully release the interlacing. We'll plant both palms down. We'll tuck this back toe under, so lift this left knee up. We'll go ahead and step back to a plank pose. And then this time around, either a modified flow or we're going to go ahead and invite chaturanga in. So let's go ahead and lower halfway down. Inhale, we're pressing up, upward facing dog. And with the exhale, we'll go ahead and press back, downward facing dog. Yeah, really nice work there, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and take a really deep collective breath in through the nose, reset. And that breath out the body. Let's go ahead and move straight into the other side. So let's lift this left leg up and high. And we're stepping it through for low lunge. From here, let's tap this right knee down, untuck the back toe, and we're lengthening those arms high into Vinyasa. So just taking a moment to just settle into this whole different side of your body. And then just acknowledging that each side is going to be different, y'all. So always give the body grace in these moments. Now you can always stay here to breathe into your lower body. Otherwise, let's interlace those 3 fingers. Index fingers are pointing up. And maybe you take a baby back bend here. If this baby back bend is too much for your body, keep the spine to neutral. So listen to the self. This is also going to intensify the stretch of the upper right quad. So again, listen to the self, y'all. We have about just 2 more cycles of breath here. And just 1 more cycle. And then very carefully, if you took the interlacing of the fingers, release them gently. We're going to go ahead and plant both palms down first. Tuck the back toe under for a low lunge. We're going to go ahead and step back to plank pose. Optional Vinyasa flow. Rinse it away. And we're meeting back into down dog. Ooh, nice work, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and take a really deep breath in to reset. And clearing it out the body. Now from here, let's take a little peek towards the top of the mat. We're going to go ahead and look, step, or even walk or hop, coming into your forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale to release for forward fold. Inhaling to root to rise up. So bring palms to press overhead. Take your little back bend. And on the exhale, hands to heart center. Release the arms by the side for Tadasana pose. So we're going to take one more, just some more rapid sun salutation A. So we're going to go ahead and lift those arms up and overhead. Take your back bend. On the exhale, we'll let this go into a forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling to plant both palms down. You can step or hop back to plank with bent elbows if you're hopping. And then we'll move through our chaturanga flow. Inhale to lift up, upward facing dog. And with the exhale, we'll go ahead and press back. Downward facing dog. Yeah, really nice work, y'all. So I hope we are nice and warm now. We're going to start to build onto our flow. We're going to start to build onto our sequence here. So we're going to go ahead and raise this right leg up and high. Now very carefully, we'll step it through. This time we're rising up into high lunge. So you want to keep this really nice bend of the right knee, maybe a soft bend of your back knee, but it's not necessary. Just noticing if that feels better for your lower body. And then noticing here too, just like when we were grounded, we're going to go ahead and interlace those fingers. Index fingers are pointing up toward the sky. Now you can stay right here. Otherwise, I'm going to recommend that you take your little baby back bend. So lift up out of your heart space first. We're going to hold here for just one more cycle of breath. And then releasing this interlacing, let's go ahead and wing the arms back into a power high lunge. So we're hovering over this right thigh. So we're building up a lot of strength in our lower body. Now you can bring hands to heart center too, so noticing what feels better for you. But I'm going to take the variation with the arms reaching back. Now we're not holding here forever, y'all. We're just going to hold here for just one more cycle of breath. And then once you're ready to let it go, we'll go ahead and open out into a warrior two. So you're just landing here softly, keeping this really nice bend of the right knee. Keep lengthening out those arms, so stay strong, but relax those shoulders away from the ears. So no tension. So breathing into this warrior two with love here, y'all. Maybe a little smile, make things feel better. And from here, we're going to go ahead and release this right thigh. So let's go ahead and flip the front palm to reverse our triangle. So let's lengthen out this right leg. Let's reach this right arm back. And on the breath out, your full triangle expression. So as you dial this left hip back, let's release this right palm down. And we're lengthening this left arm high. Now, if you don't have blocks, which I don't have blocks at the moment, but if you do have a block, you can place your right palm onto a block. If you need a little more space here, bring the right palm onto your shin. But just noticing how that feels. You want little to no weight on the shin, so you're really using the strength of your body here. But wherever you're at, perfect place to be. We're just breathing into this triangle posture. Maybe a little soft bend of this front knee. Yeah, we're going to hold here for just one more cycle of breath. And then can you use your next breath in to carry yourself up to fly your warrior? So palms will press overhead, listening carefully also. We're taking a skandasana to the back of the mat. So we're going to draw the left toes towards the back of our space. We're sinking the hips down nice and low into this inner left hip crease. And maybe you're guiding the right toes up. You can also keep the right foot planted. I like the right toes guiding up. So listen to the body. We have one more cycle of breath here. And then using your next breath in, let's take a little peek towards the top. Let's crawl ourselves forward for low lunge. So square the body to the top of the mat. We'll step back to plank pose. Optional Vinyasa flow. Rinse it away. And we're meeting back into down dog. Whew. Nice work, y'all. We're going to go ahead and take a really deep breath in to reset. And clearing it out the mouth. So same little flow right on the other side. We'll go ahead and lengthen this left leg up and high. And we're stepping it through for low lunge. So using your next breath in, we'll lift up to rise into high lunge. So it's a whole different side, y'all, whole different journey. So trust your body, trust the self. Once you feel nice and settled into your lower body, we're going to go ahead and interlace those fingers. Index fingers are pointing up. Option one, stay right here. Option two, we'll take that baby back bend. And the back bend doesn't have to be so expressive. We're just lifting up out of the heart space to create that space in the upper body, but also in our spine. And take this time to breathe, y'all. We have just one more cycle of breath here. And then noticing with your next breath in, we're going to go ahead and release this class first, and we'll wing those arms back into a power high lunge. So just noticing as you're hovering over this left thigh, creating a lot of strength in our lower body. And we're creating this strength for a reason you're going to see in the next flow. So just noticing here too. We're pressing really strong through this back foot, and we're going to hold here for just one more cycle, y'all. So stay strong. Once you're ready to let it go, we'll go ahead and open out into a warrior two. So let's go ahead and windmill those arms open. And as you land here softly into your hip space, take a moment to breathe, y'all. Settle the breath. Can you try your best to steady the mind in these little moments of challenge? But take this time always to come back to you. Come back to your heart space, your intention. And then we're going to go ahead and start to flip the front palm, reverse your triangle. So lengthen out that left leg to release that left thigh. And on the exhale, our full triangle expression. So as you dial the right hip back, let's release this left palm down either onto a block, onto your shin, or onto the earth. And we're lengthening this right arm high. So just noticing again, you want to keep maybe a little soft bend of this left knee. We're pressing really nice and strong through that back foot. And we're lengthening out these arms, y'all. So again, breathing a lot of love into the upper body here. Gaze can be up or down, noticing what feels better for the next space. Let's go ahead and take one more cycle here. And then can you use your next breath in to lift everything up to fly your warrior? So palms will press overhead. Our skandasana to the back of the mat. So let's draw the right toes towards the right side of our space. Let's deepen the bend of the right knee here. Now your skandasana doesn't have to be as low as mine. You can stay a little more upright, just noticing what feels better for the body here. And we're gazing towards the top of our mat. Keep the left toes either guiding up or grounding down that left foot. Breathe a lot of love into that left hamstring. I know it's probably saying some things. We're going to hold here for just one more cycle. And then carefully, let's go ahead and walk ourselves back to the top for low lunge. So square the body towards the top of the mat. We'll step back to plank pose, optional, vinyasa flow. Always just optional, y'all. So take what you need. And we're meeting back into down dog. Whew. Nice work, y'all. So I know we're building up quite a bit of heat here as I'm also hot as well. So yes, give yourself grace. We're going to go ahead and take a really deep belly breath in and clearing it out the mouth. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and tie a few more things together here. So we're going to work on a little peak posture here. We're going to go ahead and raise the right leg up and high first. And we're stepping it through to rise straight into high lunge. So slow and steady. So just like we were working on here, let's go ahead and bring those interlacing of the fingers, index fingers will reach up. We're going to take one little back bend here. So just a full breath in to breathe here. On the exhale, let's wing those arms back into our power high lunge. Now from here, y'all, I want you to find a lot of steadiness in this right foot because we are going to go ahead and launch forward into a warrior three. So you want to go ahead and lift this left leg up. Keep those hips neutral so left hip is dialing down. Back foot is really nice and strong. If you need to place the palms onto the earth, listen to your body. I'll create that stability first. Now, again, we're not here forever. So can you use your next breath in to lift yourself up into one leg Tadasana? Whew. The right leg is doing a thing. So keeping this left knee about hips height, lengthen those arms high, and maybe you stay here. Otherwise, we're going to make our way into a dancer's posture. So from here, I'm going to recommend you keep the right arm lengthening up. We're going to start to draw the left toes towards the back of the space. We'll grab for the inside of this left foot with this left palm. Now, maybe you stay here. Perfect place to stay. Otherwise, if you want to come into that deeper expression of dancers, you're going to go ahead and kick into this left palm until you can't kick anymore, and then start to launch your body forward. So reach the right fingertips towards the front of the space into your full expression here. Now, I have a little bit of an obstacle here because I have this wall, but keep moving into your practice, y'all. So as you are coming into dancers, we're gazing into a point in front of us that is not moving. So take time to focus. If you fall out of it, it is okay. So breathe into that with care, with love, with ease. We're going to hold here for one more cycle. And then can you use your next breath in to carry this left knee back up? One leg Tadasana, release that foot with grace, release the left foot down, left foot to meet the right, and let's shake it out. Yeah, let it go, y'all. It can be a lot for the right foot. We do have another side, which is yay. We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna go ahead and lengthen those arms up and overhead, take a little baby back bend, let that go. And on the exhale, release and fold into forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling to plant those palms, step or hop back to your plank. Optional. Vinyasa flow, y'all. Rinse it away. And we're meeting back into down dog. Whew. Yay. So we have a whole other side, y'all, to explore. Really excited. So from here, we're going to go ahead and lengthen this left leg up and high. And we're stepping it through to rise straight into high lunge. So slow and steady always wins our little race here. So just like that last sequence, let's interlace those fingers here. Index fingers are pointing up. And let's take that baby back bend. So lift up out of the heart space. On the exhale, release the palms and let's wing those arms back into power high lunge. So straight away from here, you know where we're going next, but take your time. Don't rush the process. We're firming down this left foot and let's lift this right leg up. Yes. So create this really nice solid foundation in your lower body first. Keep those hips nice and neutral, nice and square, y'all. If you want a little bit more help with balance, soften the bend of your left knee. Keep breathing. One more cycle. And then use your next breath in to carry yourself up into one leg Tadasana. So once again, right knee is about hips height and we're lengthening the arms high. Now this is already a lot of work. If you want to stay here, perfect. Otherwise, if you want a little bit of a challenge into dancers, keep the left arm guiding up high. We're going to send this right leg back and take this right palm to grab for the inside of this right foot. Now this is dancers already, so you can always stay steady here. Otherwise, you want to kick into this right palm until you physically can't kick anymore. And then that's when you start to tip your body forward. So again, don't rush that process either, y'all. Once you're guiding the right toes up and lengthening this left arm forward, breathe into your body with love, noticing what you're capable of doing. But also, if you fall out of it, it is okay. It happens. We're human. It's part of the journey. We have just one more cycle of breath here. And then once you're ready to let it go, one leg Tadasana, release that foot with grace, reach the right knee up, release the right foot to meet the left, and just shake it out. Yeah, let it go, y'all. Release it in the past, no worries. We're gonna go ahead and lengthen those arms high to wash that away. Take your back bend. On the exhale, we'll let that go into a forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhaling to plant those palms, step or hop back to your plank. Optional. Vinyasa flow, and they're just optional, y'all. So again, take what you need. We're meeting back into down dog. And then from here, our Malasana squat. Let's take a little peek towards the top. And if you physically can, if it's accessible, we're going to draw the feet to the outside of the palms here into our Malasana squat. It might take a little bit more than that. So take your time. Noticing as you draw hands to heart center, maybe you take a little rock from side to side here. Yeah, really get into those inner hip creases. And we're going to go ahead and hold here in stillness, nice and steady, nice and centered. Maybe you close the eyes down. And take time to breathe into the hip space, y'all. We've done a lot of work already, but we're going to start to cool and wind and calm the body down. We're going to take about 2 more cycles here. Just one more cycle. And then using your next breath out, let's go ahead and release into a wide leg fold. So let's plant both palms down. Let's send the hips high here. And let's heel toe our feet back together to touch. So slow and steady, very slow and steady. Let's draw those toes to touch here. And then we're going to go ahead and make our way into a little yogi toe lock. So we're going to go ahead and bring our peace fingers around our big toes. And let's go ahead and inhale up to a half lift. With this grabbing of the toes, on the exhale, soften the bend of your knee. Draw the elbows towards the outer edges of the room here. And then release the crown of the head down. So we're going to breathe some love into our hamstring. And breathing a lot of love to the back body here. Let's hold for about 3 more cycles of breath in this fold. And just one more cycle of breath. And then still keeping the interlacing of the toes, let's inhale up to that half lift, nice flat back. And on the exhale, we'll let the toe release go into our forward fold here, y'all. So let's go ahead and plant both palms down, step back to plank pose. And then this time around, let's just go ahead and send the hips up and back into down dog here. So let's go ahead and pedal out those legs, flutter out the lips, whatever is needed to reset the self. And then we'll go ahead and use our next breath in here to start to raise the right leg up and high. From here, right foot to the outside of our right palm into our lizard posture. Just gonna go ahead and get a little bit deeper into those hips. So we're gonna go ahead and take a little gentle rock forward and back here alongside the spine. And you're always more than welcome to keep this left knee lifted. Otherwise, release the left knee, untuck the back toe. Maybe you stay here with the palms on the earth. Otherwise, I'm going to recommend you bring the forearms on the earth too, if that's accessible for you here. Just if it's accessible. If it's not, keep the palms planted. We're going to go ahead and let the head go here. And let's just take about 3 more cycles of breath to breathe into that inner right hip crease. And just one more cycle here. And slow and steady. Let's go ahead and plant those palms down if you've taken the forearms down. We're going to go ahead and tuck the back toe under here. Lift the left knee up, step back to plank pose, and we'll send the hips up and back into down dog. Now I'm going to recommend that you lift the right leg up, take a little bend of the right knee to open out the hip. If it's in your practice to flip your dog, maybe right foot back behind you, and we're lengthening this right arm forward. Just an expression there. You don't have to take it if you don't like to. Otherwise, we're going to hold here for the belly breath in. On the exhale, release this top palm down. Raise this right leg back up with grace. And then right foot to meet the left into your down dog. Just go ahead and move straight into the other side. So let's lift this left leg up and high. Left foot to the outside of this left palm into our lizard posture. Let's go ahead and take a very gentle rock forward and back first to get into that inner left hip crease. And then you decide if you want to keep this right knee lifted here. Otherwise, release the left right knee, untuck the back toe, and maybe come up onto your forearms. But again, listen to your body. You know yourself more than I do, so you take what you need. If you want to take a whole different variation of something else, listen to the self. Let the head go so you have no tension in your upper body. Try your best to take this time to settle the mind. Y'all, a lot may be coming up for you. That's totally normal. But allow those thoughts to come, but also allow those thoughts to pass. And just one more breath here. And then very carefully start to walk ourselves all the way back up. Plant those palms down. Let's tuck the back toe under, lift this right knee up. Let's go ahead and step back to our plank pose and then straight up and back into down dog. And from here, I recommend as you pedal out the heels or flutter out the lips, we're going to go ahead and raise this left leg up and high. We'll take a little bend of our left knee, open out the hip, and maybe you flip your dog into your wild thing. So left foot back behind you. We're lengthening this left arm forward. We're going to hold for the belly breath in. On the exhale, release this top palm down. Re-lengthen this left leg back up with strength, with grace, and then left foot to meet the right into down dog. So we're going to go ahead and lower the knees down, hips onto the heels into our hero's posture. So we're almost there, y'all. Almost to the end. We're going to go ahead and shift over to whichever side is our favorite here. And we're going to go ahead and bring the soles of the feet to touch. You want to draw the knees to the outer edges of your mat here. Let's go ahead and grab onto our feet. And let's just take a little bounce of the knees up and down here to just, again, loosen up those hip sockets. The end of this practice is a lot about the hip space. So sending that hip space a lot of love. And then we're going to go ahead and stop the little bounties here. We're going to take a moment to just fold right over the thighs. Now I'm going to give you a few options here. You can keep the palms on your feet and just release the head down and fold this way. Otherwise, to come into this in a bit of a deeper expression, which is what I'm going to come into, we're going to bring our left palm underneath this left leg, bring this right palm beneath this right leg, grab for your feet this way, and we're folding our body in into this expression just a little bit deeper. Just gets you into the posture a bit deeper, but if this does not feel okay for your body, listen to the self here. Again, let the head go. Let's take about 5 more cycles of breath here. Nothing else to do but being right here, y'all. So take this present moment in time to yourself, for your body, for your mind, for the soul. Just 2 more cycles here. And then once you finish your last cycle of breath, let's go ahead and release the arms from beneath the legs if you took that variation. We're going to go ahead and lengthen our legs forward. And let's just give the legs a little shake out here. So I recommend you just shake out the legs. Maybe even give the legs a little bit of a, I don't want to say punch, but a little tap. So little taps, little taps. So from here, we are going to start to make our way onto our back. So you want to make sure you have enough space behind you for a safe landing. And then noticing from here, we're just going to go ahead and start to lie on our back. Bring the knees in towards the chest, and let's take a little rock from side to side. We're sending a bit more love into the back body. And then as you're rocking the knees from side to side, let's go ahead and rock the knees over to our right into a spinal twist. So as you're stacking one knee over the other, option to keep the right palm on your left knee, but maybe you expand this left arm open, or you have the option to just expand both arms, or even cactus out the arms. Whatever feels okay for the back body. At this point in practice, I highly recommend to close the eyes down or even soften the gaze. And let's take about just 2 more breaths here to breathe into our spine. And then using your next inhale, let's draw both knees back to center slowly. And without any effort, let's just go ahead and gently drop them over to our left. So again, one knee is stacking over the other here. Option to take whatever variation you need with those arms. Again, you can keep the left palm on the right knee if you would like. But just taking whatever feels good for your body here. And you have about 2 more cycles here. And very gently, let's draw both knees back to center slowly. And we're going to make our way into a half happy baby on each side. So I'm going to recommend you keep this right knee into the chest. We're going to allow this left leg to fall out. And let's go ahead and place this left palm on this left hip. Let's go ahead and grab for the inside of this right thigh, for the outside of this right foot. And just like a full happy baby, we're only taking it on one side. So we're going to go ahead and take a very gentle rock from side to side here. Maybe even a little lengthening of this right leg, maybe a little bend of the right knee. Taking those pulses on your own if you would like. I'm going to take this for about just 1 more cycle of breath. And then we are going to go ahead and switch sides. So carefully we'll draw this left knee in, lengthen this right leg out, and that half happy baby on this left side. So grabbing for the inside of this left thigh, for the outside of your left foot, maybe right palm on the right hip, lengthen this left sole of the foot up, and take a little rock of this left leg from side to side here. If you want to lengthen out that left leg and re-bend the left knee, you can. Could take those little pulses there, only if that feels okay. And just 1 more cycle of breath here. And then using your next breath in, let's drop both knees back to center. Give yourself the tightest little squeeze, y'all. You deserve it. A nice big hug. And then use your next exhale to expand you into your final rest. So your full Savasana. We'll go ahead and allow the legs to fall out heavy. Starting to bring the palms to face up towards the sky. And then take a little moment here to start to close the eyes down or even softening the gaze. And wherever you are in this space today, we're going to go ahead and take a really deep belly breath in to fill up the belly with love. And that exhale to relax. So can you allow yourself just the next minute here? To allow yourself the simple ability to just exist. Allow yourself this time and space to simply just be who you are. And allow yourself to receive all of the benefits of your practice. Now you are more than welcome to stay here as long as you would like. Otherwise, if you would like to reawaken, we're going to go ahead and gently draw some awareness back into the body by moving the fingertips and the toes. Maybe even starting to stretch your arms straight back behind you. Just reawakening here. And then carefully shifting over to whichever side is your favorite in a little fetal position, giving yourself a really nice big hug here. And then with the eyes closed or the gaze soft, just coming up into your comfortable seat. And then we'll go ahead and start to draw both of our palms to our heart center, starting to bow our chin to our chest, and just thanking ourselves for our practice, giving thanks to our mind, body, and soul, also to our strength, giving thanks to ourselves for being here, and also for you being here too. And also, most importantly, can you allow yourself to give thanks to life, y'all? Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining another session here with Yoga with Luisanna. I'm so excited that you came through. Hopefully you're feeling nice and energized for a brand new day to come, or maybe you're ready to go to bed. So enjoy the rest of your day. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe, share with your family and friends, and I hope to see you soon. Peace, y'all. Bye.